The stars were calm that cycle, scattered across the black like ancient lanterns. The outer patrol of the Galactic Empire drifted through the rimward sector, a region known for silence and emptiness. Captain Tavor of the Imperial frigate Rylith's Pride had expected another uneventful sweep. The scanners hummed, the crew whispered in routine rhythm, and the void answered with nothing. But then the sensors began to scream. "Unregistered mass detected," the operator called, his voice uncertain. "Size estimate incorrect, recalibrating." Tavor turned from the viewport. "Speak clearly. What are we looking at?" "It's enormous, Captain. Mass signature exceeds Battleship class by a factor of 4. The bridge fell silent. 4 times the size of an Imperial battleship meant a dreadnought or a mobile station. Yet the rimward was devoid of any such installations. The data flickered again. The computer hesitated to label it. Then came the word that made the blood drain from Tavor's face. Designation unknown. Material composition, human origin. The entire bridge froze. Human. That word carried a weight across the stars that none dared to ignore. Centuries ago, when the Terran frontier had first joined the galactic community, the humans had seemed small and fragile, their homeworld scarred and modest. Yet their ships, their weapons, their history, everything about them whispered of something deeper. The Empire had once sent scouts toward Terran space. None returned. After that, the Council decreed a silent boundary. Human space is not to be entered. Now, one of their ships was here. Tavor steadied his voice. "Confirm that signature. Could it be a sensor glitch?" The technician shook his head. "Negative. Power readings consistent with Terran plasma reactors. But Captain, it's old. The drive core signature is centuries out of date." "Centuries?" "Yes, sir. That ship should not even exist anymore." The captain turned toward the viewport. Far ahead, a silhouette moved against the faint light of a distant sun. It was slow, deliberate, and immense. A shape not forged for grace, but for war. "Open a secure line to command," Tavor ordered. Within moments, the hollow display shimmered, revealing the Imperial Sector Admiral. His scaled visage appeared stern as ever, but when the image of the Terran vessel appeared beside him, his composure cracked. "Identify that immediately," the Admiral demanded. "We tried. It has no transponder, no registration, no response to hails. It just moves." The Admiral leaned closer to the projection. The human battleship was like a black monolith. No lights, no markings, its armor dull and scorched from countless unknown battles. It carried silence with it, as though the void itself parted in respect. "Hold your position," the Admiral commanded. "Do not engage. Do not provoke. I'm dispatching an observation fleet." "But sir," Tavor began, "what if it's a derelict? We could board—" The Admiral cut him off. "You will do nothing. That's a Terran warship. If it's here for a reason." The line went dead. Hours passed and the Imperial fleet arrived. 10 destroyers, 2 carriers, and the flagship Eminence. They surrounded the intruder at a cautious distance. Scanners flooded the area, mapping every surface detail of the human vessel. The reports came back conflicting. Its hull was not standard alloy. It absorbed scans. Its power readings fluctuated like a living pulse. And then, without warning, the ancient ship turned. Every Imperial captain on every bridge felt it at once, the dread of being noticed. The human battleship's prow aligned perfectly with the Imperial formation. "Has it locked weapons?" one officer whispered. "No," replied another, "but it doesn't need to." The ship's mere alignment carried intent. Across centuries of stories and legends, the Empire had learned that Terrans never acted without purpose. Admiral Valar stood on the command deck of the Eminence, eyes narrowed. "Transmit in all known Terran codes. Demand identification." The communications officer obeyed. Static answered. Then faintly a signal returned, one word translated across the bridge. "Observing," that was all. The Admiral felt the air tighten. "Observing what?" he muttered. Moments later, the Terran vessel began to move closer. Its thrusters glowed faintly blue, ancient yet efficient. Every Imperial ship in range pulled back instinctively. From the data feeds, the Empire's analysts tried to estimate its age. The hull patterns matched pre-expansion designs. Some theorized it was a relic from before the humans entered the Council, perhaps one of their lost fleets. But how was it active? How was it traveling this deep into Imperial space, on board the human ship? Vigilant Dawn, the hum of reactors was steady. The ship's AI monitored everything, cold and calm. Within the command chamber, Captain Rayner sat alone. His uniform was simple, his demeanor steady. It had been centuries since the Terran Confederation had sent ships beyond their borders. Most of the galaxy thought humanity had grown quiet, focusing inward. But quiet was never the same as weak. Rayner had been awakened from stasis by the AI only a few hours earlier. His mission data was short. Observe Imperial fleet behavior beyond the neutral zone. No aggression unless provoked. Record all interactions. He looked out at the cluster of ships now surrounding his vessel. The Empire's technology had evolved, yet their patterns of fear were unchanged. He could almost hear their panic through the silent vacuum. Send passive scans, he ordered calmly. The Vigilant Dawn responded instantly, its systems older than any Empire database, yet precise beyond comprehension. The scans swept through the enemy ships like wind through glass. Every shield frequency, every weapon calibration, every life sign was mapped in seconds. Rayner leaned back. Humanity had built ships not to conquer, but to endure. The Vigilant Dawn was from an era when survival meant dominance, and dominance meant deterrence. Back in the Imperial Command Fleet, the analysts were in chaos. Sir, they're scanning us through our shields. That's impossible. Impossible or not, it's happening. Valar barked. Every alarm on the Eminence blared. The Imperial Navy prided itself on technological superiority, but this human relic was undoing that pride line by line. Sir, said one technician quietly, if that ship fires, our fleet will not survive. The Admiral said nothing. He knew it was true. Even without firing, the psychological weight of that Terran vessel was breaking them. Then came another signal from the Vigilant Dawn. Again, a single translated word appeared. Unchanged. Valar frowned. Unchanged? What does that mean? The analysts debated wildly. Some thought it a warning, others a judgment. And then, without further movement, the human battleship powered its engines. The energy signature surged, bending local space. The Imperial sensors struggled to process it. It was not warp, not jump, not slipstream. It was something else, older, refined by a civilization that had learned to disappear when it wished. In a blinding ripple, the Vigilant Dawn vanished. No explosion. No residue. Only silence remained. The Imperial fleet drifted in shock. Then the transmissions began. Every ship reported data corruption, sensor malfunction, even memory loss in certain systems. The human vessel had not attacked, but it had left a message in their machines. A single encrypted file appeared across all Imperial consoles. Its translation sent a shiver through every soul who read it. Boundaries remain. Do not cross. News spread across the Empire within hours. The Council of Sectors convened an emergency session. Holographic projections of the human ship filled the chamber. The delegates argued, speculated, and feared. This cannot be a coincidence, one minister cried. They're reminding us of the old warnings, another countered, or testing our response. We cannot allow ancient ghosts to dictate our movement. But none dared suggest crossing into Terran territory again. In the dark corners of the chamber, intelligence officers whispered rumors that there were more of these ships. Silent guardians that watched the borders, unseen yet always near. Some believed they were automated, eternal sentinels of human space. Others thought living crews remained, preserved in stasis until needed. One truth unified them all. No one had ever returned from violating Terran space. Far from the Empire's capital, in the black void where stars thinned into the cosmic gulf, the Vigilant Dawn reappeared. Its systems realigned. Its captain remained seated, staring at the endless expanse ahead. Mission complete, the AI reported. Imperial reaction recorded. Their expansion patterns remain predictable. Rayner nodded. Good. Send the data home. A pulse of light traveled into the distance, a transmission encoded beyond any alien comprehension. He closed his eyes, remembering the stories passed through generations. Humanity had once walked among the stars freely, but when the other empires grew fearful, when alliances turned to suspicion, they withdrew. They learned. They built. They waited. The Vigilant Dawn was not a threat. It was a reminder. Weeks later, in an Imperial research station orbiting a barren moon, a group of scientists analyzed the last fragments of data gathered before the human ship vanished. They studied the material composition, the power fluctuations, and most importantly, the message that remained embedded deep in their systems. One young officer, curious and reckless, managed to unlock a secondary code layer. Hidden within the words "boundaries remain" was a string of ancient Terran data, coordinates. They pointed not toward human space, but deeper into the void. The scientists debated for days. Some claimed it was a trap, others believed it was an invitation. The message could have been anything. Yet curiosity, the Empire's oldest flaw, began to grow again. Before any action could be taken, however, the entire